Hey everyone, in this video I just wanted to go over quickly how to use focus modes on your iPhone. It was just a quick overview of the different functionalities within the settings, so just wanted to give you an idea of how each one works and how you can set up different things. So if we just go to our settings and we go down to focus, you can see I've got a bunch of different ones I've set up here. You come preloaded with the do not disturb, the driving and the sleep one, but for this purpose I'm going to set up a new one. So we have a bunch of options when you first click on that. What do you want to focus on? There's different options here. So I'll just go to custom. So you can pick a name for the focus you're doing. So I'm just going to put in testing for this one. You can then pick a color for the icon. Let's just go with green, and then you can pick an icon itself. I am just going to do this circle here, whichever one you prefer really. Then we just hit next. So it just gives you an overview of what the focus will contain: silence notifications you don't want, share with friends that you have notifications silent, turn on a custom lock screen or home screen, or schedule it to turn on automatically or turn it off from your control settings. So if you go to customize focus, now we're presented here with different sections. So the top one is silencing notifications, and that's obviously from people or apps itself. We've got nothing set up in here. So if you go to people, you have two options here. So you can either allow notifications, or if you want to silence notifications. So if you click on silence, this option will allow other notifications from those people to come through, but only on this list the people you add will be silenced. Everyone else will be allowed. But if we choose to allow notifications from, and we wanted no one in this case, we would just deselect all of these, and then you would just press. So you can see I have Adam added on the silence notifications from. So if I remove him from there, you can see he'll come off on the other list as well. We go to next, and then this section allows you to pick which calls can come through. So if you want every call to come through and only notification silenced, then you would click everybody. If you want the allowed people only, which we would have picked in the previous section, but we got no one on there. If you have a favorite list, or if you only people in your contacts, or if you have a contact group set up. So we'll just do allowed people only. And once you have that picked, because there was no one on my allowed list, it says people none allowed, and it's basically the same principles for apps. So you can either silence notifications from certain apps, or you can allow notifications from certain apps. So for this one, we'll just leave that list there. So these apps that were ticked off there will be allowed to come through. In the options section, if you do show on lock screen, this basically shows the silence notifications on the lock screen instead of in notification center. So you can turn that on, so they'll only show up on the lock screen. You can choose to dim your lock screen. I find that works better if you're doing a focus mode for the evening times, but obviously it's totally up to you if you want to turn that on and off, or if you want to hide your notification badges. So I've got that on, but obviously if you turn it off, it'll show your notification badges on the apps that have got notifications coming through. Next we have customized screens. So you can choose a lock screen or home screen page to turn on to help limit distraction. So you can customize each different lock screen you wanted. So here are all the lock screens that I've configured. So if I wanted to have this lock screen come on, I would just press done. Next you can choose your home screen. So whichever home screen you have set up, you can choose to add. If you just add a new home screen to your locks, a new home screen here onto your home screen. So it's a matter of just simply dragging an app onto a new home screen. So if I just do that one for example, and when we come back to choose it, you can see that one I had just created. So you can have that there. And if you do have an Apple Watch, you can choose to have a certain watch face tie in with the mode. So now when I activate this focus mode, I'll have this lock screen, this home screen only showing, and this watch face on my Apple Watch. You can turn on smart activation. So this turns the focus mode on at relevant times throughout the day based on signals like your location, app usage and more. I have had turned this on, and I found that it kind of turns on and off itself. There's no set pattern, so I don't really risk turning it on that way. Or if you want to add a schedule, you can obviously configure it from here. So if you want it to come on at a certain time of the day, let's just say from 12 to 4, which days, let's just do the week, days itself, and then we'd have that focus mode coming on at that time. The focus filter basically lets you customize how your apps and devices behave when the focus is on. So you can add a filter across different apps. System filters, we can have it turn on to different appearance, either dark or light. So let's just change it to light. And you just add each filter as you go along. So you can have low power mode turn on when you actually turn the focus mode on. So let's just add that one. And then you can do it through individual apps. So you can have different people coming through in your mail. You can choose a certain tab group that you want on your Safari. Allows option allowing external links in your focus tab groups. You can turn that on. Messages, filter people by list. So then you can have a list set up in your messages, and so it just explains here, see only the messages you want. For example, just see the conversation with people you've allowed notifications from when you're working. So if you had them allowed on the allowed list, they would show up on here. And that's what the focus set up. And now if we turn on the focus, we can see we've got that one home screen showing up, no other ones. Let's set the lock screen to the one that I had picked, and you can see on my Apple Watch I turned on that one. So that's just a quick overview, guys. Hope that kind of explained bits. I'll do a separate video explaining how to set up the sleep focus and tying it in with bedtime to track your sleeping as well. Thanks for watching, guys.